Northeast of Cleveland, the Lake County Humane Society says 145 cats were found inside an animal rescue facility in the Madison area, living under unsanitary conditions. Some cats had to be euthanized, others are being treated. Investigators say most of the surfaces, including walls, floors, toys, and bedding, were covered in nasal discharge and mucus as a result of numerous cats suffering from upper respiratory infections. A probable cause hearing is scheduled to determine where the cats will be housed while the case progresses through the legal system. I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
My name's Teresa, and I'm a special educator in Lost Creek.
And my name is Megan, and I live in Marlinton. I'm a single mom with 4 amazing kids, and I work full-time at a nonprofit.
When I got COVID last fall, I was able to take paid leave. But if I got COVID now, we'd be choosing between paying bills and buying groceries.
Like many families in West Virginia, my struggle is finding childcare. Too many parents are facing impossible choices between working and caring for their kids.
Emergencies happen. If you are working hard at a job and get COVID and get sick, it shouldn't be financially devastating.
It's past time we invested in childcare so parents can work, providers are paid living wages, and kids get a strong start. Senator Manchin, my family is counting on you.
Senator Manchin, my family is counting on you too.
It's time that we ensure that our families and economy thrive.
It's time to pass Build Back Better.
Paid for by Moms Rising Together.
Live and local conversation for the Ohio Valley continues shortly here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Check out Toyota's wide range of all-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles, like the brand new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Or go off-road in a rugged new 4Runner. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, reserve yours. Offers end April 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
The best in live and local talk returns momentarily on The Watchdog. The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
In the year 1898, Marconi sent his first radio message across the English Channel.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Let's have a tune. I'm sick of this silence.
There's nothing wrong with being fun and popular and just giving people what they want.
This is not a radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
You seem happy this morning.
Is it Friday already?
Friday.
All I'm doing is getting on the air. The revolution will be broadcast.
How about Friday?
What's this?
Did you ever hear of a thing called radio?
Thank God it's Friday!
It's showtime!
Conversations you care about with people you know. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe on WKKX and WVLY.
Well, we are off to see the Wizard on a Friday morning. But the wonderful Wizard of Winter Storm Watch, I guess. That's the Wizard we're looking for. Currently looking at 25 degrees, Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 28 here in my home studios, Elm Grove section of Wheeling, 26 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. It's going to be, for most of the day, a cloudy and dry day. But look out, because the next winter storm, hopefully, Biff, we can call it the last winter storm of the season. I don't know that we can, but hopefully we can, is coming up this evening and into tomorrow. as we have been kind of alerting you to throughout the last couple of days, became official during the middle of the afternoon yesterday when the National Weather Service issued an urgent winter weather advisory. To be specific, winter storm warning in effect for our entire area technically begins at 1 o'clock tonight, tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, and continues for about 24 hours, and we are looking for some pretty heavy snow, total snow accumulations. I've heard different things. The one I'm looking at right now, the current National Weather Service winter weather advisory says 4 to 7 inches in the area, up to 40 miles an hour of gusting winds. It's going to be throughout the entire area, so wherever you're going in this region, look out for it. So be prepared for the snow. Zach and Aaron are using the phrase plowable. You know, how do we determine what kind of snow it's going to be? We're going to have a snow shower, snow flurries, going to have accumulable snow. I like the phrase when they say plowable snow is coming. Biffy, it probably means we're going to have a nice, good accumulation, I guess. I guess the only good thing, as I said yesterday, is if there's any day of the week to have a snowstorm that causes the fewest problems, it's generally Saturday, right?
I would think, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, the school, people, as a general rule, Monday through Friday is work day, not Saturday. Sunday is church day, so a lot of people are out and about on church and doing other churchly business on Sunday. So probably Saturday is the least of the day. If you're going to have a snowstorm, have it. People are off, so you can go out and enjoy the snow if you want to go out and play in the snow or what have you. But be prepared for it. It is a winter storm watch. Will it turn to a warning? I would guess yes. I would guess the answer is yes. But right now, it's just a watch for overnight tonight. And I believe Aaron told us it's going to start probably as rain tonight, and then we'll slowly begin to pick up steam and turn into snow. And Saturday will be the big snow day. So there you are. 7:13 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. It's usually at this time I talk about a couple of personal things. Went to Fiddler on the Roof last night with the Capitol Theater, Biff, and once again, as I said when I went to the Disney concert for the symphony, perpetually reminded about how wonderful the Capitol Theater itself is, what a great facility that is. But once again, just so excited to see the town absolutely packed. We got there a little bit early and the doors weren't open yet, so we had to stand outside. I'm going to tell you, the lines for people waiting to get in stretched from the Capitol Theater down the street, across the Suspension Bridge Street. Didn't make any difference because the bridge is closed. Down past the hotel and a little bit further. People were the line, and it was going the other way as well. Down the street, down to down to River's Edge and so on. So big, long lines, packed house. I couldn't, I don't have any numbers on what the attendance was, but it looked to me like darn near a full house. And I got to tell you, Fiddler on the Roof, the show last night, a couple of real quick thoughts. Yeah, look, listen, if you're a listener of mine, and a couple of you came up and spoke to me last night and said, I remember you said this is one of your favorite shows. It is one of my absolute favorite shows. And it's mainly because I truly just, the songs, I love the songs. Told you before, Teddy yells at me. I'm driving around in the car, and also now started, if I were a rich man, a-yigga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-dum. Or almost the theme song of the show, Tradition, Tradition. And the poignant ballad as they get married in the end, Sunrise, Sunset. So the songs are always what I remember, and I sing, and that's kind of when I think of Fiddler on the Roof, I think of those things. And I forget the powerful story that is behind it. The story of a Jewish village in Tsarist Russia that is struggling to keep its roots in the face of a changing world. Tevye, the father, that is trying so hard to continue to live by the traditions of his faith as those traditions are slowly being changed by the world. I forget the power of this story. It's a really powerful story. Tremendously entertaining, really enjoyable to sing the songs, but the power of the story is something. And especially this year, Biff, because the setting is Tsarist Russia. It is these Jews that are being forced to evacuate, being forced out of their towns. One of the key players comes from Kiev. They use the Russian pronunciation there, Kiev in the Ukraine. And we are reminded that this is the story is tremendously close to what's happening right now in the Ukraine. The all-imperial, all-powerful, all-not-caring Russia sending people out of their homes, forcing people to leave, creating these refugee situations. And while it's just an entertaining show to watch, and it's great music and all that kind of good stuff, couldn't help frequently but think about what's happening in the world as I'm watching that show last night. And I commend the performers. At the end of the show, after the standing ovation, after the curtain call, the lead character who plays Tevye steps forward and the audience quiets down, and he talks for a second about the connection between the show, Fiddler on the Roof last night, and what's happening in the Ukraine. And they dedicate the performance to the people of Ukraine and to the refugees who are trying to find a home. Really ties the story together right well with the real world. I don't know what year Fiddler on the Roof was actually made. Movie came out in 1971. The play was on Broadway in the mid-'60s, so it was probably written in the early 1960s. But it is a reminder, we think the world has moved on. We think things are different. And the play reminds us of what's happening in the real world in the Ukraine. And evil never goes away. It just sleeps. It just sleeps. I don't want to get too preachy here, but part of the sermon that I did a couple weeks ago in Martin's Ferry Church was the temptations of Jesus in the desert. And after Jesus refuses to be tempted by the devil in the desert, the last line of the scripture we used was, and the devil went away until a more opportune time. And that's the phrase that really hits you. The devil never goes away. Evil is never gone. We can just beat it for a while and it will come back. Anyway, long way around of saying really, really great show. Thank you to the Capitol Theater for putting it on. Spoke briefly to Denny Magruder about it afterwards. Just a tremendously good show. And I'm talking about the message. I'm talking about the music. I should add this too, just purely from a technical point of view. These are some of the best musical performers, singers I've seen on the Capitol stage in their Broadway series in many a year. There was not a single note out of place. Every single person was absolutely a tremendous singer. And I got to ask Frank O'Brien, I don't know, Biff, I don't know if you would know or not, Biff. Do the performers bring their own sound system, or do they use the Capitol's sound system? Do you know? I don't know.
I don't either. That would be a good question for either Ryan or Josh.
I got to find out, because the sound system was perfect too. The last Broadway show I went to at the Capitol, which I enjoyed, no criticism, but it was hard to hear. The words got lost. The dialogue wasn't crisp. I'm talking about the physical sound wasn't crisp. This show last night, the sound system was 100% on. It was perfect. And I'm curious whether the traveling team brings their own sound system in, or if they use the Capitol sound system. And if they use the Capitol sound system, has the Capitol improved it a bit? Because, boy, the sound was just spot on. Just a wonderful night in Wheeling again. Thousands of people gathered together at the Capitol Music Hall to be entertained. Saw a lot of you. Appreciate those of you who are listeners to the show, who came over and spoke for a moment or two. And just a good time was had by all. Well, I hope by all. So it was had by me and my wife and our good friends, the Wellings. And the only trouble is going to be now when Teddy gets here. Teddy has one last day on his vacation, And today he's spending with us. He's spending, I've told you all, my grandson was in Ogilvy for a couple of days on his vacation. Got a room up there, he and his mom, and they just had a great time at Ogilvy. But this is vacation day with Granddad today. And because I just got back from Fiddler on the Roof last night, I know I'm going to be singing, If I Were a Rich Man, yaddy. And I also know, Biff, I'm going to get, Granddad, don't sing. Granddad, don't do that dancing like that. Granddad, don't do that. Don't do that. So, that'll be the only downside to it. All right, team, 7:21 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. What is coming up today here, twixt now and 10 o'clock? Daylight savings time and a big winter storm. Both are coming this weekend. WTRF TV's Aaron Myler has the timing and the details of the snow. And just like that, baseball is back. Major League Baseball has come to an agreement with the players. We'll talk about that. 2 days to go before the end of the legislative session in West Virginia. Tempers are tested. Oh, did they start going at each other in one of the hearings yesterday? What is still pending? We'll talk about that. The latest coming up in our Capitol report. There's a new poll out that says West Virginia residents support Biden's economic policies. We'll talk with a couple of activists about that, and I'm going to try to ask them to get real. Look, we're in West Virginia, deep red Trump territory. The peace convoy brought people to stand out on bridges and watch them go by. Biden's name is like saying the devil's name for most people. I have a hard time buying the survey. I do. I just have a hard time believing the people of West Virginia actually think that the Biden policies are good. I do. I think they are good. But I think that in West Virginia, are people willing to say that out loud? We'll talk about that coming up later on. A Friday roundtable with newspaper editor John McCabe looks at the Ohio County School textbook controversy. We'll talk about the legislative session and more. Friday Funnies has some laughter from late-night comedians and a bit of stand-up comedy. It's a little bit, prescient, really on target about high tech and its impacting their lives. And most importantly today, it is my wife's birthday. And a happy birthday to her. And I did buy her something. And this is the example where our technology, Biff, kind of gets ahead of you. So I bought something. I had it ordered. It was delivered yesterday. As soon as it's delivered, I hear bong on the personal assistant machine. My wife is here in my office. The personal assistant machine goes bong, and the green light starts circulating, which means there's a notification. And my wife I'm going, don't check it, don't check it. And she says, I told her, Alexa, read notifications. And Alexa tells her what it was. Tells her what the gift was. Because that's what Alexa does. It's like, come on. My son has disconnected his Alexa because it just intrudes too much. So I thought I didn't get much. I got what I thought was something she would like, a little surprise. Not expensive, but a little surprise. Son of a gun, she knows what it is. Anyway, we'll celebrate my wife's birthday one way or another here on the show as well. I may sing that too. I may sing happy birthday to her. 7:24 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We are looking at 29 at the airport, 28 here at the home studios, and 26 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Biff, as I said, just like that, Major League Baseball is back. We will talk about it coming up next on the Watchdog Morning Show.
On the last talk line on Metro News, Patrick DeHaan from Gas.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Check out Toyota's wide range of all-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles, like the brand new Corolla Cross, with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Or go off-road in a rugged new 4Runner. Visit your Toyota dealer today, or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, reserve yours. Offers end April 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
You make 35,000 decisions every day. Are your gambling decisions good ones? If you struggle with a problem with gambling, call 1-800-589-9966 for free confidential support. Do you have a loved one who struggles with a problem with gambling? This 24/7 helpline also provides resources on how to support a loved one who may need help. Call 1-800-589-9966 or visit beforeyoubet.org.
Some foot issues just can't be fixed by those expensive shoe stores or shoe inserts. A foot exam from a doctor of podiatric medicine, who is the medical expert in foot and ankle care, may give solutions after doing a complete foot examination. If you suffer from foot, heel, or ankle pain, let us help you find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association so you know you are being treated by the very best. Visit us at associationsadvanceohio.com for a referral today.
West Virginia Outdoors is the Mountain State's only hook and bullet radio show, dedicated to the more than 250,000 hunters and anglers across the state. Award-winning host Chris Lawrence has been tracking down hunting and fishing stories for more than 25 years.
Went in behind a little birch tree at its head. I reached down and got the bow positioned and found its horns and dropped down and shot it in the neck.
Whether it's hunting and fishing news,
it tracks real super well, but not with a 60-pound carp tied to the side.
Or just compelling stories about the enjoyment of the great outdoors.
How close did you let him get in before you let fly on him?
He was about 18 yards, Chris. He got turned in the right angle there, and I touched off the trigger. And when I hit him, he ran kind of up the hill, which scared me at first.
West Virginia Outdoors covers it all. Saturday mornings at 7:06 a.m. And for your daily fix, Outdoors Today brings you 2.5 minutes of news and notes from the woods and water every weekday morning. No one covers the great outdoors like Chris Lawrence. And Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
You're never more than 30 minutes away from local and regional news with ABC News every hour. Plus coverage from Ohio, West Virginia, and WTRF TV at 1/2 the hour here on The Watchdog.
Great conversation continues now on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
The Watchdog Morning Show is brought to you in part by WVU Medicine. 7:28 here on a Friday morning, a busy morning for the rest of the day today. So, Biff, the last couple of days, you and I have been talking about the baseball players' lockout, and I think certainly I have felt, I kind of think you've concurred with me, that we thought this could drag on for a while. Bit of a surprise, at least to me, yesterday when my phone dingles in the middle of the day and says the MLB announces the lockout is over after 99 days and they're getting ready to play ball.
Yeah, it was a surprise to me as well. I didn't, from what we have been heard, the way things are going, it sounded like it was going to be a while. But yeah, a bit of a surprise yesterday to get the alert that they're back.
They're going to, they canceled, 4 games for every team so far and pushed opening day back prior to this announcement. Opening day will now be, April 7th. They're pushing it back 1 week. They're going to do a full season, full 162-game season, I think. They'll make that up by having a couple of double headers added to the schedule. And they're going to extend, I think, the end of the season by a week or so. The season will end on October the 5th. So baseball season, April 7th through October the 5th. A little modification, but really not all that much. There was not a lot of talk, or at least I didn't see a lot of talk about the actual economic issues that were at play here. There clearly were economic issues at play. It is interesting, though, that there were some other things that were part of this agreement that they came to, Biffy. there was an agreement on adding the designated hitter in the National League. Postseason increased from 10 teams to 12 teams. I'm not sure about that. What do you think about that?
I think they should have left that alone. You don't need, I mean, there's only about a handful of teams that are going to be decent. So I think they should have left that the way it was and not messed with it.
That was my thought, too. I mean, when I saw this list of things they had come up with, that was my thought, too. That was one of the ones that I thought was, I mean, I'm not going to scream and holler about it, but that doesn't sit well with me. A 12-team postseason. Baseball also will now have its own amateur draft lottery, which is interesting, I guess. And then there's a part of this contract that apparently says the league has the ability to make some future changes. The list I'm looking at here says they could implement a pitch clock. They may make the bases larger, which is interesting. And some of these changes could occur as soon as next season. Apparently, this is up to the owners to do that. Again, I didn't hear too much talk publicly about what the economic terms were. Did you, Biff?
No, I didn't either.
I didn't. I really didn't get. Which may mean that really was never the crux of the issue. That they were really arguing over some of this other stuff as well. Anyway, I've said quite a few times, you know, if this thing went on, if the lockout went on, if we didn't get the Boys of Summer up and running by summertime, an already dwindling support for baseball could dwindle even more. But it looks like they got things back on track. So we won't miss any games. They'll make up the missed games. We'll have a full season, and it'll just start about a week late, which is, I got to tell you, a whole lot better, Biff, a whole lot better than what I had expected it to be.
Yeah, or what could have been from this.
Yep. Commissioner Manfred, at the beginning of his official statement yesterday, said, "I want to start by apologizing to our fans. I know the last few months have been difficult." Actually, you know, I don't know if that's true. I think the last few months, people really weren't paying a lot of attention. I think it's only been the last few weeks, probably since they canceled opening day, that people have really begun to pay attention. I mean, during the whole winter, as that lockout continues, it was sitting way back here in the background, I think. Biff, I don't know that people were paying that much attention to it. As we got closer to the season, you know, when pitchers and catchers started to report and we realized they weren't reporting, and when we looked at opening day and it wasn't going to happen, I think that's when the American public began to go, wait a minute, this isn't good. You guys, I thought you guys had figured this out before you had to worry about it. So the commissioner says, I know the last few months have been difficult. I don't know, but I would say the last few weeks certainly have been. Anyway, just like that, Major League Baseball is back. Billy DeFabio will no doubt talk more about that coming up here in his morning sports report. It's only a moment or two away. 7:34, 26 before the hour. Before we get to Bill, though, let's get to some Ohio Valley headlines. Our friends at the Big 7 have that for us.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from 7 News at W.
Senator Sherrod Brown feels there is considerable anxiety surrounding the subject of Poland putting their planes at the base in Germany. At the same time, Senator Shelley Moore Capito says she doesn't understand why the Biden administration wouldn't support the move by Poland. Moundsville Middle School quietly feeds a lot of families struggling with hunger, but the amount of food they receive from Mountaineer Food Bank each month weighs 1,000 pounds or more, so they needed a little help from Williams Energy employees just down the road. The delivery comes in once a month in a tractor trailer. The food pantries that receive the food meet the truck. Offloading all that packaged food and loading it into their own vehicles is a big job. Suzanne Muncie of Moundsville Middle School says it helps many children and families. The cost of exported coal hit a historic high this week. It costs around $450 a ton. Coal officials say this typically costs between $100 to $450 a ton. The West Virginia Coal Association CEO credits this cost jump to supply and demand and the Russian-Ukrainian war. He also says it's an excellent opportunity for West Virginia. That was a look at your headlines. Have a great day and have a great weekend, everyone.
College basketball in the Big 12. Kansas all over West Virginia by the score of 63 to 87. How about this upset in the Big 10? Penn State over the Buckeyes of Ohio State, 71 to 68. Now some really good news. Are you ready for some baseball? The lockout is officially over. Let's hear from Commissioner Rob Manfred.
I have to say, I am genuinely thrilled to be able to say that Major League Baseball's back and we're going to play 162 games.
Pitchers will not hit in the National League because the designated hitter will be used in both leagues. And advertising logos and decals will be placed on players' jerseys. More money for the owners, right? Penguins in action tonight as they host Vegas. Oh, it's been a while since we mentioned the name Antonio Brown. He's in the news. The former Steeler wide receiver has plans to play again in the National Football League. He has a destination. Are you ready? The Dallas Cowboys. A.B. and Jerry Jones on the same team. Now, they deserve each other. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Check out Toyota's wide range of all-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles, like the brand new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Or go off-road in a rugged new 4Runner. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, reserve yours. Offers end April 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hey man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Lights?
You got it. Hey Mike! I need 2 Coors Lights!
Sure thing. With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time. Here you go.
Thanks, Mike. Doing a great job. All right, 2 ice-cold Coors Lights.
That's the coldest beer I've ever had.
Hey, they don't call it the world's most refreshing beer for nothing.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you really have the Rocky Mountains in your beer cooler?
You don't believe it? Check it out.
Man, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right? I can't believe it myself sometimes. I mean, this cooler is only 3 feet wide.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tab, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, Just update the latest version or download the WTRF7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Dutch Boy Platinum Plus. It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that will transform your den with just one coat of salted lavender into a writer's sanctuary. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where you'll meet this guy
Hey,
who starred in that thing.
now that's a twist I didn't see coming.
So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically paint. Dutch Boy. Only at Menards.
The timeless sounds of polka live here. Join us 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays for the Polka Showcase with Rich Biella. Sunday mornings never sounded so good.
He has his say. You can have yours. Text us or call us and join the conversation. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
We'll forecast a moment or two away. Aaron and I will talk about what you can expect weather-wise. We know we do have a winter storm watching. In fact, we'll get into that in just a bit. I mentioned this is a big birthday weekend in our family and our familial orbit. Today is my wife's birthday. Today is the lovely and talented Paula Schlegel's birthday, Charlie Schlegel's wife. Tomorrow is my daughter-in-law's birthday. Tomorrow is the birthday of my wife's best friend, Luann. And it's just a big birthday weekend. So I'm always interested in knowing who's born on the day that you're born on, right? So I looked to see, I thought surely with someone as important and lovely and beautiful and kind as my wife, surely she must share the birthday with really important people. Not so much. not so much. A couple of the names Joey Buttafuoco. Yeah, that's not one you really want to share your birthday with. He was the guy who was in trouble for the Long Island Lolita. Sam Donaldson, an ABC News legend, ABC News nudge. He was the guy who always yelled out, and Reagan and others would, kind of get irritated at him. He's 88 years old today. Bobby McFerrin, 72. What was his big song, Biffy? Do you remember Bobby McFerrin?
No.
Don't worry, be happy. That was a good song. I like that song. I think I used that as a theme song for a while. Then I realized I wasn't all that happy, so I stopped using it. Those are the only ones I really recognized. Let's see. Johnny Fairplay Dalton is 48. Do you know who that is, Biff? I will tell you, I didn't.
I don't.
I didn't either. He was a Survivor contestant. Here it says, the greatest evil con ever played in the history of Survivor. I don't have any idea what that is. I'm not that big a Survivor fan. Thora Birch, whose name I didn't recognize, she's 40 years old today. I recognize her. She played Kevin Spacey's daughter in the award-winning movie American Beauty. Don't recognize the name, but I do remember that. Rainey Qualley shares a birthday with my wife today. Rainey Qualley is 32. Never heard of her. Andy McDowell's daughter. She was the mystery girl on Mad Men. So, I was hoping maybe my wife would share something with, one of the great first ladies of our country, or with Golda Meir, or, so, no. Best we got is Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry, be happy. Anyway, birthday today to my lovely wife. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear honey. Happy birthday to you. And I'll try to get something for you before the day is over, but I haven't bought anything yet. And that's my birthday segment. Maybe I'll get her some mucklucks or galoshes to wear through the snow tomorrow, because Aaron Myler, it looks like the predictions are coming true. We're going to have a good one coming up late tonight tomorrow, right?
Yep. Yeah, so long story short, we have our winter weather advisory right now, which just basically means winter weather is coming. And then, it's going to start let's get into it. Tonight around 10 or 11 o'clock, really late in the day today, we'll start to see that. You can see a few, rain showers before that, but nothing really impactful. We'll have that continuing through the morning, wrapping up later in the morning, so it's not going to be like an all-day thing. You could see a couple flurries later on, or maybe a light shower, but the main stuff's all going to be in the morning. And that'll taper off. Looking at 4 to 7 inches of snowfall, and then with that, I think the main concern is going to be just trying to drive in it because it's just going to be hard. But the only good thing is that since it's going to be pretty warm today, the ground's already a little bit warm, which means the first little bit of the snow, usually if you take your ruler out, you can get a pretty good idea of what you got. The first little bit of it is probably going to melt when it hits the ground, so it won't be as completely accurate for a ruler. But so driving, and then it's going to be windy, it's going to be freezing. Just a really lovely Saturday.
And sometimes the crews get mad when I say this, but when school's not in session, I don't think the crews are quite as aggressive in getting the roads cleaned. I'm not saying they're not doing a good job. I'm just saying on a weekend, on a Saturday morning when not as many people are out, probably the crews don't get things as clean as they would be if it was a Friday morning and kids were going to school, were trying to go to school. So just be careful. The roughest of the weather will come then this kind of time on Saturday, right? Mid-morning-ish? Early morning-ish Saturday, is that right?
It's going to wrap up a little bit later. Probably I guess actually, what time is it? 7:40. Not that far off. 8 to 10 o'clock, we'll start to see stuff tapering off a bit more. So, it won't be a whole. Like I said, it won't be a whole day-long thing. But when you wake up, actually, the question with that is, what time are you waking up tomorrow, people? Because it's a Saturday, so who knows?
So just be prepared for it. It is a winter storm watch right now. If it turns into a warning, and it probably will, frankly, right?
Probably not, actually. It's actually, they put it into a winter weather advisory, which is not like a downgrade. It's just a different type of advisory. But, it's just exactly. So it's going to be, either way, I don't think it's going to go to a warning because usually that means, it could. It's not that far off of where it would get. So warning, you need 6 inches, heavy snow, 6 inches or more in 12 hours. That's kind of pretty much near the top of where we're at. So I don't know if we'll see that, but, it is possible. We're not that far off in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, so, we're under an advisory right now. It was a watch earlier, so you're right. They just changed it a bit more. So either way, just good luck with it.
Just watch out for snow. Going to be a significant amount. And I'm just hoping this is the last one of the season. That's just my hope.
We usually see snow somewhere after this in April or later this month.
Oh, just shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. Shut up, will you please?
Nope,
don't take away my hope. This should be, I want to call this the last storm of the season.
Yeah, we can say last storm maybe, but I'm just saying you might see a snowflake.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, right. We want to hear. Yeah, sure. Why not? Last storm forever. Never going to see snow.
There we go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I feel better about that now. Should keep in mind, too, it's a double whammy weekend. We'll have winter storms to worry about. And while you're thinking about the snow, don't forget to change your clocks as well on Saturday night going into Sunday morning.
Exactly. At least, like I said the other day, at least we're losing an hour of not great weather. We're not losing a good weekend like last weekend.
Right. Yeah, that's true. So, and no, I'd say this every year. Emily Goodman and I used to talk about this when she was doing the morning shift here with us. There are people who say, do I have to stay up until 2 o'clock to change my clocks? No, you idiot, you don't. Just change your clock when you go to bed. And when you get up in the morning, it will be the right time. So, but remember, it is spring ahead, fall back. So you're turning your clocks ahead an hour, which means we lose an hour, which means at 2 o'clock, we go forward. Technically 2 o'clock on Sunday morning. I wonder, by the way, Aaron, maybe is there any meteorological reason why 2 o'clock in the morning is the time this happens? I guess that's just Congress picked that time, right?
Yeah, I don't know any actually. I don't think it's meteorological. I'm 95% sure it's just because, like, if you did it at midnight, then it would take it back an hour, like it would take it back a day. Or if you did it at like 1 a.m., it would technically make it like I think just 2 o'clock the first time, where it doesn't really like make it go back a day almost. You know what I mean?
And I say again, I don't either. But it's a congressional mandated thing, and they probably wanted to bury it in the middle of the night as much as possible, so it wouldn't cause any problems. If you had to, if they said let's all change our clocks at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, well, my lord, now we're gonna have a messed up whole day. So you do it in the middle of the night.
It says it's because it's practical and it minimizes disruption. That makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. And I don't know if you and I talked about it or not yesterday. Congress held hearings on Capitol Hill a couple of days ago. One woman, at least, and there are many others, but wants to go to PST, permanent savings time. Think it's a good idea?
That's when I'm not on this shift. Because during this shift, it's like, I like when, like, in the beginning, when we switched them back an hour, I was like, oh, I can all of a sudden go to bed when it's dark outside. But if it wasn't for this shift, I would like it because I like when it's daylight longer. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was thinking this morning, as I prepare to come here into the studio in the mornings the last few weeks, it's been light, and we'll lose the morning light. We'll get later at night, but we'll lose some morning light, and you're right. I guess it does depend on what shift you work. And real quick on this weather thing, this is I don't say widespread, but much of West Virginia is under this winter storm watch. So it's not just us, it's a lot of folks, right?
Yeah, even down in Tyler County, which is not that far away, and south of that, most of the state's under a warning actually right now. So, yeah, it's how it's moving through. They're going to get hit more than we are here, a lot of the state. So, yeah, everybody's under winter weather. And then, like I said, because of that, it's going to be windy tomorrow as well. It's going to be, like, gusts are up to, like, 35 miles an hour. Plus, that's going to take your cold temperatures and drop your feels-like temperatures into the single digits. So it's just going to be a great day to not leave your house.
Now, are you off tomorrow? It's a Saturday. Are you off?
No, I'll be here. I'm usually off, but I'm coming in to do the weather in the morning. So if you I think it's on, I'm going to be on like CBS and ABC, like the little we call them the cut-ins. They're like that thing on like Good Morning America, where they're like they come to the local weather and stuff for a minute. I'll be here doing.
And now a word from your local weather.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be here in the morning tracking all that. So I got you guys all covered, and then Zach will be here.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. But I was going to say, at least for you, you get to wake up, look outside, and say, "Oh, lots of snow. I don't care. I can go back to sleep." But I guess you can't. You got to go to work. So all right.
The problem is, even when I have all the snow, I'm like, "Oh shoot, I need to go take a picture of it and tweet it out," because I am so bad at social media. I don't care. I'm not that important of a person, so I don't post because I'm not that notable. And my job makes me have to post, so I try to get it all the time when I can, when I think about it, when anything happens.
Who is the most social media aware of the whole team over there at TV7?
Well, his name is John. You don't really see him on camera. He's our digital manager. He is so creepily good at social media. It's shocking. But other people.
Johnny Lynch, or?
John Lynch, yeah. He's so.
Oh yeah,
good.
we know Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good at.
Yeah, that's his job, so he's got to be. What about Stephanie? She's pretty adept with social media, right?
She's okay. No, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. She's not new anymore. Our one reporter Ashley is pretty good about always posting stuff as well. So, like I said, with work stuff, I don't mind posting. I'm good at that stuff. But anything other than work, I couldn't care much less. It's like even my Instagram, it's almost all work stuff. So I just don't care.
You don't post pictures of like, here I am taking a walk down the trail, or here's my food for today. You don't do that kind of stuff, huh?
Not at all. I want to slap my friends across the face when they want to take food pictures. I just want to eat it.
I do both, and I've reached the point where I'm a little bit embarrassed, but when I stopped showing food pictures for a while, because I kind of got to be known for that, where are you going for lunch today, Howard? I'll show you. And I stopped doing it for a while, probably because of the pandemic. I wasn't out for lunch as much. And I got like people complaining, why don't you tell us where you went for lunch? Why don't we see the picture of what you ate? So I've started to try and put some on back again.
Okay, well, I have to go do a cut-in, so I'm actually going to have to hang up because it's starting right now.
Run. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right. Aaron Myler had to run and do a cut-in, which he just talked to us about a minute or two ago. All right, Aaron. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. It is 4 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Golf is back this weekend, Brother Biff.
Yes, it is. The Players this weekend.
One of the best fields in golf. And now you can take a shot at the Island Green on our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, if you're a new customer to FanDuel, you can get 30-1 odds on who's going to make the cut. They'll have a whole list of potential people to make the cut. You place your bet, and if you're right, you win. Now, listen. You place a $5 bet on who's going to make the cut on the Players' Championship, and you're getting, if you're a brand new customer of FanDuel, you get 30-1 odds. So you put the $5 down, you could win $150, and that's a pretty good deal. And we've talked about it a good bit this week, Biffy. You think that can't think of the defending champion's name, Thomas, right?
Yeah, Justin Thomas.
Yeah. He's probably got a pretty good shot this time around. There's some other good players in the field as well.
Yeah, there are, and I think I don't know if Scotty Scheffler. He's the guy that won the Arnold Palmer before this one, so I think he'd be another one that I would probably say would have a shot at making it to the weekend.
Okay. Well, folks, you play. You can bet on who's going to make the cut, and if any of the players you bet on make the cut, you win that $150 on a $5 bet. No better time to get in on the action with FanDuel Sportsbook than right now to set up to the tee and take a swing at betting the Players' Championship. You have to download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Use my name, Monroe, in the promo code box. Monroe is the promo code you'll want to use when they ask you for your promo code. Download the app. I've told you before, it's real simple. It's real easy to use. No big deal. No real problems in using the app. So just download it and it will work. And then you take advantage of the 30-1 odds if you're a new user. Now, FanDuel Sportsbook is an official betting operator of the PGA Tour. I always have to remind you, you must be 21 years of age or older. We're not being age discriminatory. That's just the law. You must be physically present in West Virginia. You can't use your app in St. Clairsville and bet in West Virginia. You got to be physically present here. This is for new users only. You must wager in the designated offer market. Your maximum bet is $5. Restrictions do apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Remember, if gaming is fun for you, if gambling is part of your entertainment dollar, go for it. FanDuel is eagerly awaiting to have fun with you. But if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. FanDuel Sportsbook, more ways to win as the official betting operator of the PGA Tour. ABC covers the world right now. It's 8 o'clock. We'll take our Capitol report after that, and we'll talk about a new poll on how West Virginians feel about some of the Biden proposals. It's all coming up.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
From ABC News.